Johannesburg, Emmerson Mnangagwa, elected as the new leader of Zimbabwe's ruling political party and positioned to take over as the country's leader, has engineered a remarkable comeback using skills he no doubt learned from his longtime mentor, President Robert Mugabe. Mnangagwa served for decades as Mugabe's enforcer, a role that gave him a reputation for being astute, ruthless and effective at manipulating the levers of power. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe defied expectations he would resign, pledging to preside over a ZANU-PF Congress next month even though the ruling party had removed him as its leader hours earlier. 3 UCLA basketball players accused of shoplifting in China apologized before coach Steve Alford announced they were being suspended indefinitely. With the help of Australia's Fred Hollows Foundation and the Cambodian government, Gachan is able to see clearly for the first time in 3 years. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe is poised to resign according to sources familiar with negotiations to oust him. The top United States nuclear commander, Air Force General John Haidt, says he would resist President Donald Trump if he ordered an illegal launch of nuclear weapons. Argentina's search for a missing Navy submarine is moving deeper to the seabed after a scouring of the surface pulled up no sign of the vessel and its missing 44 crew members. Tens of thousands of Zimbabweans flooded the streets of Harare in an extraordinary outpouring of elation at the expected ousting of President Robert Mugabe. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe defied expectations he would resign, pledging to preside over a ZANU-PF Congress next month even though the ruling party had removed him as its leader hours earlier. A leading government figure since Zimbabwe's independence in 1980, he became vice president in 2014 and is so widely known as the Crocodile that his supporters are called Team Lacoste for the brand's crocodile logo. The 75-year-old is smart and skillful, but will he be a panacea for Zimbabwe's problems? Will he bring good governance and economic management? We'll have to watch this space, said Piers Pigu, Southern Africa expert for the International Crisis Group. Mugabe unwittingly set in motion the events that led to his own downfall, firing his vice president on November the 6th. Mnangagwa fled the country to avoid arrest. He has not been seen in public but is believed to be back in Zimbabwe. Mnangagwa joined the fight against white minority rule in Rhodesia while still a teen in the 1960s. As one of the earliest guerrilla fighters against Ian Smith's Rhodesian regime, he was captured, tortured and convicted of blowing up a locomotive in 1965. Sentenced to death by hanging, he was found to be under 21, and his punishment was commuted to 10 years in prison. He was jailed with other prominent nationalists including Mugabe. Get the latest news and updates emailed straight to your inbox. By submitting your email you are agreeing to Fairfax Media's terms and conditions and privacy policy. While imprisoned, Mnangagwa studied through a correspondence school.